Okay, folks, and welcome back to another fantastic edition of Opali Presents Know Your Pros. And today's guest, we have Tami Tackett, who is the practice manager at a Fresh Face Aesthetics out of Camarillo, California. They are a med spa. They practice aesthetic medicine and help people feel good on the inside and on the outside. Tami, together with Nurse Wendy Bowers, is the founder of this place and has been here since the beginning. Tami, thank you so much for making some time to be a guest here today with us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course, Tami.
Yeah,
I
it's an honor.
mean, well, I'm glad you find honor in this show. We've done, 100 of these things now, and you and your business at a Fresh Face, this is sort of a new world for us to go into at Know Your Pros. But I think it's a really important one just because aesthetic medicine is not a ball game that everybody's very familiar with. And it's something that, unless you've got that inside track or that individual or friend who's done a procedure before or a treatment before, you're not going to maybe have the opportunity to see for yourself unless you watch a video like this or go visit a space like a Fresh Face. So I'm glad we're talking to you. I want to get your take of why, though, you decided to join Nurse Wendy back in the day when a Fresh Face first opened up here in Camarillo. What's that story? Why did she decide to start this thing and bring you on board?
So Wendy decided to start this thing when she left a practice that she had been with for several years under contract. And when her contract ended, she decided to open up her own space. At that particular time, my son had just left for the military, and I knew that she was opening her own space, and I reached out to her. We spoke a couple different times, and we really got along. I knew Wendy from being a patient way back when I started getting my injections when I was 40. And it just was kind of one of those things where she was like, I'm not really sure how this is going to fly. We're going to try it out and we'll go from there. And I really thought that it would be fun to be in this industry. I was a former telecom person, event planner, and nights and weekends were getting old, and keeping up in the good old boys club was getting old. And I just wanted to be someplace that was going to be fun and happy and didn't have any drama. And it was fabulous because what I really envisioned and what Wendy had, pretty much shared with me is that everybody, when they come to the practice or come to see her, they're happy. And when they leave, they're even happier. And that just has continued to grow. And it's nice when you get up in the morning, you can, jump out of bed and be excited to go see your patients and go to work and enjoy your day, and then go home and feel like you've had a great day and do it all over the next day. And we've been doing it 5 years, 5.5, almost 5.5 years now. So it's a great environment to be in all day long.
It's fantastic. I mean, like, it sounds like when you start with the people at this space who are happy to be there, happy to, have these jobs, or happy to open a med spa just like this, it translates into the patient population as well. You guys, though, you aren't just about, treatments, but you're really about filling the void of, women, and men who want to enhance their natural beauty. And my second question is always, hey, why this industry? Can you sort of describe a little bit of that void that you guys fill, not just by the happiness of the office and lightness? I got a chance to tour the thing via your tablet a minute ago, but describe that for me. What is that thing that you guys fill there at a Fresh Face?
I think the void that we fill, or I like to believe that we fill, is that we look at the person in general when we are treating them, and we try to make them feel good on the inside when we're doing the treatment. It is not simply about the treatment or making money. Like, Wendy is not money driven in any way, shape, or form. It is really about making people feel good. When somebody comes in and says, I really want to do this to my face, if they don't need it, she will tell them no. She's not going to just take their money. Like, it is very important to her that they feel good about what they're doing here, and they don't feel like they're pressured by us or anybody to do something that they're not comfortable with. And it is about enhancing, who they currently are. If you look in the mirror and you see an older person, then you feel like on the inside, then you're not always necessarily happy. And she wants to enhance that. And that is her biggest thing, is making people feel good on the inside and on the outside when they're here. We're a very family-friendly business, and our clients are just super important to us. We know a lot about them. We know about their babies being born and their parents passing away and their kids graduating and going off to college and all of those types of things. And I think that's what makes us different. You don't just come in here, sit in the reception area, check in, get your injections, get your treatment, and then leave. Like, we try to really connect with our patients.
Well, I think something that's so important that you mentioned in our little pre-interview here, that Wendy always makes sure she asks, and your other folks are asking as well, is not hey, here's what we can do for you, but it is in fact what bothers you, right? It's about what you want.
Correct.
Yeah. Which I think is really
Right. So
important.
when our patients come in, we like to do an overall face consultation. Obviously, we look at the whole package: the skin, the wrinkles, the texture, the tone, the redness, any skin conditions, acne, rosacea, melasma, all of those types of things. But what we try to do with our patients is look at them and say, what is it that bothers you? And when they tell us what bothers them, then we work on that rather than addressing something that they may not even be bothered by. Well, if they've got something going on with their skin that we think we should change, maybe we'll address that later. But initially, we want to make sure that they're comfortable doing what they want to do based on what bothers them currently. And so we try and address those issues. And then overall treatment plan would maybe be to address the other issue later on down the road. But it's always about what the patient wants and what bothers the patient first and foremost.
I love that. Patients first is really important, especially in the aesthetic medicine sort of field. I do, Tammy, want to bring up the fact that you guys are piloting a second location here in Ventura, and I think that I would imagine that probably a reason for that opening of that second location is just the growth factor that Wendy brings to the practice. I mean, she's got Aesthetic Arts University where she teaches other nurses who want to become aesthetic medicine practitioners ways in which you properly administer some of these treatments. And now you guys are growing. My third question is always, hey, what makes you guys different? Why should somebody come and visit a Fresh Face over any other space? We talked about that just a minute ago. But I mean, I think to me, that answer is very apparent. You've got somebody at the helm who is, incredibly experienced, a teacher of others in her field. I mean, would you agree with me that that's a correct characterization of what you guys are all about there?
Absolutely. And the thing I will tell you is Wendy, Nicole, and Cindy, which those are our three nurses, and then Celine, those are the women that do all of the treatments on our clients. Wendy and Nicole have both been injecting for about 18 years. Cindy's been doing it about 4. They didn't start in the aesthetic medicine world. Like, they started as trauma nurses. And so they have this huge wide array of, all of the things that they've dealt with. Like, Wendy's worked in a surgery center. They both worked down at Children's Hospital. Like, they are so well versed in just the anatomy of a person in general. I, as a practice manager, am never worried about what's going on in that room with these women because they are so well versed and they are so comfortable with what they do. They're just really, really good at what they do. And nobody is ever concerned. Celine's a licensed medical esthetician. Wendy's an RN. We have Nicole, who's an RN BSN. We have also got Cindy, who's an RN. And they all have a little bit different backgrounds, but because they've been doing this for so long, they're not just a nurse that has graduated nursing school and gone into aesthetic medicine. They know everything about the anatomy. So when we talk to patients about what's going on with them, like when we do their good faith exam as a new patient, what kind of medications do you take? What kind of skincare are you using? All of those different things. And we do an overall assessment to make sure that they're safe. And our nurses are they're top notch. They really are. I mean, I can't speak more highly of them because I am so comfortable knowing that there's nothing going sideways in any one of those rooms when they're being treated because they just are so knowledgeable.
Right. I mean, knowledge matters. Of course, experience matters, and it's a plus if you've got great bedside manner to go along with it, right? That's
And
fantastic.
they're constantly doing additional trainings with all the different products and, making sure that they're up to date on all the different things that are taking place and our safety protocols that we dealt with through COVID and just all of the different things. Like everything's by the book and everything's handled the way it should.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, folks, I mean, again, if you're just joining us here, which not many join us halfway through these, they watch them all. But we're talking to Tami Tackett, who's with a Fresh Face Aesthetics. If you want to look as young as you feel, you should visit these folks. They're in Camarillo. They just opened a new location in Ventura as well. If you're looking for injectables, microneedling, laser treatments, PDO threads, anything of that nature, you want to talk to Tami. And we've got to wrap this thing up today, Tami, but before we do, I want to give you an opportunity to plug how folks can find you. What's the website you can visit at, and where is that Camarillo location?
So we're currently located at 1931 East Daly Drive in Camarillo, right along the 101. Our website is www.afreshfaceinc.com. There's a lot of information there. Our phone number is 805-603-9060. You can reach us Tuesday through Friday. We're closed Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Wendy is here Wednesday through Friday. Nicole is here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And Cindy's here Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and in Ventura on Wednesdays. And then Celine, our esthetician, who's fabulous. If you've never had a facial or you need a facial, let me tell you, that is one thing that is absolutely amazing in this office. Like, it is the most relaxing thing ever. I'm always jealous when somebody leaves and has had a facial. And I'm like, I really want one. She's here Tuesday through Friday, and she's just fabulous. So,
Fantastic.
and our location in Ventura on Wednesdays is 4531 East Market, Unit E.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, folks, check them out. Visit their socials, which are really great, showcasing some of the different things that they're doing over there at A Fresh Face. Check them out online at freshfaceinc.com. Everything, of course, is in the description of this video. You're making me want to come and visit you guys now. I mean, this face has seen a few things, I'll tell you what. But Tami, that's
you come in and we will handle you for sure.
Remember, folks, both women and men come visit A Fresh Face all the time. So, I mean, Tami, thank you so much for taking us through all of this today. What you told me,
thank you for having me.
I love it. I wanted to repeat this before we wrapped up finally, but remember, folks, if you can't make the wrinkle, you can't get the wrinkle. Is that right, Tami?
That's correct. That's correct. Absolutely. And
Tami
it's all
Tackett.
about a fresh face.
That's
and
right,
not an overhaul.
She's in A Fresh Face in Camarillo. Tami, thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're pros.
Thank you.